Hi, I'm Jason Smallheer with Smallheer Consulting, and here are my 5 things for mastering the art of remote selling. Number 1, time management. When you work in a remote environment, as I do now, it's very easy to get distracted by a variety of different things. So I write everything down and I put it in my Panda Planner. Not that I'm trying to endorse Panda Planner, but I write everything down and it gives me an opportunity to also do some mindset reflection, how I'm feeling that day, things that might be working well for me, things that aren't, but I've got everything written down. I also keep a digital calendar. I use Fantastical online, but I make sure that I have everything at least written down. I find that when I write it down, it becomes more real. And if you can master your time management, you can be successful working remotely. Number 2 is trust. I have to trust the people that work for me. I have to know that they're doing the right thing. And just because I pick up my cell phone and call them, or I send them a ping using Microsoft Teams or Slack, if they don't answer, I have to have confidence that they're doing the right thing. Same thing for the people above me. They have to trust that I'm doing the right thing. Otherwise, we're never going to get anything done. If I feel the need to always drop a line to my boss to say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, I'm never going to get anything done. And the people that work for me are never going to get anything done because they feel like they need to report to the boss. That's one of the big differences with remote work. In an office environment, you're always seen walking down the hall, or you stick your head and say hi to the boss, or they come into my office and say, hey, you got a minute? If I trust my employees, if my employees trust me, and my supervisors trust me, I can get a lot more done. Item number 3, know when to log off. When you work in a remote environment, it's very easy to start early and work real late. And that's okay. You get a lot of things done. But if you're working a 16-hour day, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting a lot of work done. That means that you're not a master at time management. It means that you might be overextended. It might mean that you're taking on too many projects. And instead of doing great work on a few things, you're doing average work on, well, a couple of things. So here's the deal. I log on and I set myself a time for 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. I might give myself a little bit of a buffer, 30 minutes on each side. But at the end of the day, I log off from Microsoft Teams, I log off from Slack, whatever channel I'm using, and my professional day is done. If I have to, I set up an out-of-office memo on my email, so if somebody in another time zone is sending me an email, they know that I'm logged off. It makes me happy, but it also enables me to continue to look forward to work the next day. It also makes my family happy because when I'm done, I can walk upstairs and say, hey, I'm done for the day. I once had a leader who felt the need to email all day on Sunday, and she wanted a response. And just because it was a big deal for her doesn't mean it should be a big deal for me. It was such a horrible relationship, I ended up quitting. Didn't bother me any because I got my sanity back. So know when to log off and have your own time. Item number 4, be transparent. Make sure that your customers or your clients and other members on your team know you're a remote worker. There are some people that want to have that handshaking belly-to-belly interaction, and that's fine. But if you tell your clients or colleagues that you're a remote worker, they also understand that there's a certain amount of flexibility that you may have. For example, I may need to go upstairs, I'm in a basement office right now, and unlock the door so my daughter can come in from school. But also something might happen that there's a snowstorm in my area. Well, because I'm a remote worker, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be delayed due to snow. I can still go on through my work agenda. But it's also important for your colleagues to know that you're a remote worker for things like time zones and when you're going to be available, and you have to set up your boundaries along those lines as well. Yes, I'm a remote worker. That doesn't mean that I'm always here, but that means that I can be here between the hours of, say, 8 and 5 o'clock. And if you miss me, that's okay. Just ping me and I'll be back soon. But make sure everybody knows you're a remote worker, because there are some clients that prefer having that person in an office, and that's probably because they don't understand the value of somebody who works remote, the flexibility we have, and the additional services we can provide. Number 5, be flexible. Things change in a remote environment, and they change quickly. Whether that's technology, okay, maybe I'm going to go from a webcam to a more advanced webcam. Maybe it's new types of software. Maybe I'm an Apple user and I want to use FaceTime and I want to conference in more people. Maybe I need to have a different set of software for my calendar. I'll use Fantastical as an example. For a long time, I used the standard Apple calendar, and I like it, but then I came across a variety of different calendars for all the hats I wear. Some were Microsoft based, some were Apple based, some were Google based, and I needed a place where everything could merge. I needed to be flexible to adopting new software. Also understand that you have to be flexible in bringing new things into your work environment, whether that's a microphone, whether that's computers, whether that's creating an environment that doesn't look like you're in a bathroom. I've seen some people actually take calls in the restroom. You've got to be more flexible with your remote environment so that A, you don't offend others, but B, so that you're in an environment where you can be productive. That's my list of 5 things. Thanks a lot for joining me. Have a great day.